Hello, I'm Simon Sire, and today I'm showing you the top 5 plugins that I use. So, let's just get into the first one, and that is of course F3X. And I use F3X for basically anything, from building a house or just moving a part. It's really easy to use, and yeah, basically you have all these Roblox tools and you can just access them with shortcuts. So what I also want to show you is how the rotation tool works. If you press C, you enter the rotation tool, and you have all of these like local, last, and what you can also do is press R, and as you can see, a little dot appeared. Now I can put this dot anywhere, and it will rotate around that angle. If I put it right here, and as you can see, I'm currently rotating around the dot, and that's really useful, at least for me when I'm building. I normally use the increment 0.1. I mean, it's up to you what you use. Just don't use like 0.001 or something like that, because as you can see, it's like really smooth. And if I would do something, it would just look really bad like this. So just use a smaller increment. Some people use 0.5, and yeah, I think that's pretty good. R, rotate, boom. Now we have like a little thingy here. So the next plugin is gap fill. This is a really useful plugin. Essentially what it does is creates a part where you want to have one. So I could also use F3X, do that, rotate it like that, but I might not get it right. So what I can just do is use gap fill, and it's gonna fill up these holes. And there we go. And now I have this thingy. The next plugin is brush tool. So this is really useful if you're making a map, for example, and you like need a lot of trees around and grass. You can put in your model here. Okay, so for example, I've got my tree here. It's not a very good tree. I made it a long time ago. But basically, you select the item and add. There we go. And now we can just activate the brush, and it just adds lots of trees, and that's really useful. You can also change like the scale. You can make it random, and also the rotation, and it's gonna be random every time. If you're making a map, this is really useful. So this next plugin is really useful if you're making GFX or something like that. Basically, it's the character inserter from Moon Animator, and as you can see, I can just insert characters. If I'm making a thumbnail, for example, and I want to export them to Blender, I just do that. I pose them with Moon Animator and export them. I've imported a gate that I made with Blender, and basically, if I would scale this right now, it stretches. You can also hold Shift, and it will scale. Basically, it will keep its size when scaling. But what I use is just basically the resize tool, and you can just toggle UI, and you can change all the settings here, and you can just scale this up like that. And I find it really easy if you're dealing with mesh parts and they like, you know, stretch. If you're using F3X, you of course like stretch like that. You might not want that, so I just use a resize tool. And yeah, that's my 5 plugins. Leave a like if you found this helpful. I'm so bad at this. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.